here in Biloxi, Mississippi, and I want to give you guys a all right, we're in Biloxi, Mississippi right now. We're obviously, I think we're in the Gulf. Good to see you, Melanie. How are you, Brenda? Good to see you, Nicholas. Alyssa Warner, hello. Ronald, good to see you. Thank you guys for joining in. Just do me a favor and share the video real quick as we get out here and interview some folks. Good to see you, Andrea. Stephanie, hello. Paula, good to see you. David Kraft, we are staying safe, my brother. We're talking to good everyday American people, and we're doing prayers with them and spreading the word, spreading the truth, spreading the gospel. Just want to stand here while we let some more folks jump in. Hello, Pete Garcia from Kentucky. My wife and I and my family are going to be in Kentucky at the Ark and the Creation Museum in June, so that's going to be awesome. Teresa Skinner, good to see you. Hello. Violet, the reason why I've not been on YouTube is because I was suspended for 7 days. It's very important that you guys remember to go to jeremyherrell.com when you don't see me. If you never see me where you're used to seeing me, it's not because I ever stop. It's because there's a reason. But the biggest thing I always try to drive home is you can go to jeremyherrell.com for all updates. And I never stopped doing any show. I just had to do them in other places. So you can always go to my website and hear every show every day on the podcast. I will never stop. And I was doing the last 10 shows, which was all week, on Rumble. So it's very important that you guys follow me on all these other platforms just in case this happens. Stephanie says, I've been in Facebook jail for 3 days. Well, you're doing something right then, aren't you? So what we did, folks, what happened was, so last night, we have a couple drivers for the bus. And last night, one of the drivers actually went past Mississippi and into Louisiana. So this morning, we were actually in Louisiana, not Mississippi. So we had to come back. We had to make a U-turn and come back to Mississippi because we want to get real America's voice in every state. We want to educate the folks on how much power they have in every state. We want to pray with people in every state that we're in. So we had to turn around and backtrack back here to Mississippi, and then I think we're heading on next to New Orleans, and then tomorrow we're going to be in Victoria, Texas. Yeah, we circled back like Jen Psaki. We did a circle back Psaki on this trip. And then we're going to end up we're going to be in Victoria, Texas tomorrow mid-morning, and there's going to be, the GOP is going to be there for that area and a whole bunch of other folks. So if you are you are right, Lisa McGuire, the states hold the power, and you would not believe how many people don't know that. You would not believe how many people do not know that the states hold the power. And like, people are like, they didn't even know. And that was the whole purpose for this trip, was to get educated and to educate. And not meaning to be insulting in any way, but just to be real. And, so circle back. We circled back. That's exactly right. We took one out of pretend to be Press Secretary Jen Psaki's playbook, and we circled right back here to Mississippi because we're not going to miss any state. So again, the plan, ladies and gentlemen, is Mississippi here. We're going to be going on to New Orleans. Then tomorrow morning, we're going to be in Victoria, Texas. So if you are in Victoria, Texas, or in that area, definitely I will let you know where we're going to be. It'll be mid-morning tomorrow. I know it's a Monday morning. I know a lot of people got to work, but if you don't have to and you're in that area, please come out and see us. Somebody said, how was the crawfish? They were disgusting. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like to suck the brains out of anything. They made me suck the brains out of the crawfish. Don't worry, though, because Ben did get it all on film, so I'll be able to share that with you. It was not fun for me, but I guarantee you it will be fun for the audience. Now, for all of you who like to suck the brains out of crawfish and you like that taste, no disrespect to you, but I just never done that before, and it was super, super disgusting for me. Yes, these are the new sunglasses. right here, folks. These are the ones that are going to be on the website. Hopefully next week we'll have them and these hats on the website next week for everybody, so we can all be hip-hop patriots. Not that any of you guys want to be me, but you know what I mean. Man, I have missed you guys. I have missed doing live videos with you guys so much. You know that? I have missed that so much. It's, you know, it's cool to do the show, but unless you're doing it live, there's nothing like it. But what I will tell you is that I'm going to be paying, I'm going to be shelling out the money for the priorities, and I'm going to be paying Rumble. I think it's $1,200 for the year. It's $100 a month to be able to do live video. So what's going to happen is when we get on digital TV, the live video will be hosted and facilitated on on Roku and Fire Stick and all that, and it'll be simultaneously live on YouTube, Rumble, Vimeo, which also is a cost for the year. And but you know what? I will do whatever I got to do to make sure that our voice is not stopped. It'll never be stopped. This bus going across the nation will not stop. Educating people will not stop. Us being educated will not stop. And I got to tell you, I've gotten some great interviews. If you, I will be posting them on YouTube and Telegram. Just from regular everyday people. There's one interview that you'll see that I'm going to post that is absolutely incredible. It is from a gentleman his father was Mexican, his mother was American. He was born in Brownsville, Texas. He's lived there his whole life. He's an American citizen. He loves this country, and he hates seeing what's going on at the border. Hates it. And what a great interview. What an amazing, great interview. What is being done about the election fraud? Well, it's starting in Arizona. It's starting in Arizona, and if you guys did not miss any of my shows last week, you'll see I played a clip from President Trump that somebody took on their cell phone at a Mar-a-Lago event. And he said 80 to 90% of the people asked me the same thing. How can we be assured that what happened in 2020 won't happen in 2022 and won't happen in 2024? And if you have not seen the clip, it was absolutely incredible. President Trump said, I can guarantee you it will never, ever, ever happen again. It will never happen again. And that's what he said out of his mouth. And you want to know something? When President Trump says the best is yet to come, and President Trump says that what happened in 2020 will never happen again, you have to tend to believe that. And Arizona is what's happening right now in Arizona. That's the key. Now, somebody posted a link in here that said azaudit.org, and that's where you can watch all of the 9 camera views from everything that's going on with the audit. And the Democrats tried to stop it, and guess what? They couldn't. You want to know why? Because I've said it 1,000 times. You can't beat God. What makes you think you're going to beat the truth? What makes you think you're going to beat justice? What makes you think, you dum-dums, that you're going to beat God? You're not going to beat God. We're going through trials and tribulations right now, and the Bible tells us. It's Sunday, so I'm about ready to preach. So hold on to your feathers, little bird. God tells us that he will always win. The truth will always win. Always. You're not going to beat God. Ever. No injustice will ever be tolerated. And it's not going to happen. And God also tells us to pray during the trials and pray during the tribulations. Pray in the time that things are bad, because you know you're learning and you're already starting the process of healing from the bad that happens. Think about it. Jesus couldn't have saved us unless he was tortured, crucified, killed. And look at us. We have permanent salvation with the Lord because of the tragedy and the travesty that happened to Jesus Christ. And I talk to people all the time. When you watch The Passion of Christ, the only thing you want to do is get in a time machine and go back and save him. But that would have been the ultimate mistake. It would have been the mistake to save him, because we wouldn't have been able to get to heaven. We're going through trials and tribulations right now, but I firmly 100% believe, and if I didn't, I wouldn't be out here right now doing this, that everything is going to be fixed. The wrongs are going to be righted, and justice is coming. And when President Trump says it will never happen again, then yes, I believe it will never happen again. Ronald Narge says, is that the bus? That is the bus. Let me turn around if you have not seen the bus, so we can go show it to you real quick here. Hold on. Oop, wrong turn. There we go. We'll go interview some people here on the beach here in a minute. I know people are just out of the beach day. They probably don't want to be interviewed, but here is the bus. Partnered with Real America's Voice News, live from America. Here we go. I know most of you have seen the bus, but if you haven't, for whatever reason, this is it. Let's go to the front here. There you go. All right, we're gonna go out onto the beach here. We've just been stopping in random places. You know, there's a schedule of states to stop, but there's not a schedule of. How you guys doing? Where are you guys from? Can I put you on camera?
Hell yes.
Hell yes, he says. Okay, let's put you on camera. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good. So we're in this bus here. I'm sure you noticed the bus.
Yeah.
So what we're doing, obviously, we are of the belief that we are living in a world where we don't have a correct president, and we're living in a country where things are just very quickly going to hell in a handbasket. And whether you agree with that or whether you don't, we're out here to do something that news doesn't actually do, and that's get the opinions and the real voice of America, whether you believe what I just said or not, because we want to know what's actually going on in America, not what CNN, Fox, or any of the other ones do to twist your words. So, if I can ask you, where are you from?
From around here.
From right here?
Yeah, social.
And do you have any kind of opinion of what's going on right now, or do you not even get involved? Like, what is your? I mean, whatever you say is gonna go on here. There's gonna be no twisting of the word. What do you feel? First of all, let me ask you this: do you believe we have a legitimate president in our White House in Washington, D.C.?
No. I believe that the presidential system has been a bit skewed for quite some time, and that the interests of the government have skewed more towards money.
Money?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that I could go on for hours, but suffice to say, I was a Bernie Sanders supporter.
And what happened to him in 2016? If
Well,
you were a Bernie Sanders supporter, you got to know that something happened.
I think that in a really intricate chess-like game of politics, I do think that I would have taken a more a different approach. But you know, it's.
Do you think that Bernie Sanders should have been the one that went up against Trump and not Hillary?
I would have taken anyone over Hillary.
But do you think he rightfully should have been the guy? Do you think they stole it from him in 2016?
To say steal implies a lot. I think that he made his decisions based on his perceived pressures.
Yep.
And things turn out the way they do.
They do. What's that puppy's name that you got right there?
This is Shadow.
Shadow, how you doing? Hi, Shadow. Shadow says, I don't care who's in the White House as long as I get held and get my food every day, right?
Yeah.
He gets his French fries.
Yeah, his bacon.
Sir, I'm going to come over to your side just so we can hear you well. Okay. All right, sir. What's your name?
I'm Greg.
Greg, and you live right here or too?
Yeah, I live in South Shore.
So what is your perception of what's going on, what happened, where we are as a country, and do you believe that we're united, divided? What's your whole take on everything?
I mean, I see it being a lot more divided than I do united.
Yep.
I really don't have an opinion. I mean, I don't like the president, obviously, but I'd have rather seen Trump get it back, if anybody.
Do you feel that you're personally affected by what happens in Washington these days?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
How so?
I mean,
taxes, the border?
Yeah,
what?
I mean, I don't really agree with it. Well, I guess I do agree with the border thing, but I don't believe that we have the freedom we had years ago. I mean, I'm 53 years old. I've seen quite a bit of it. You know? I mean,
Yep.
So I don't.
The world's changed a lot in the last
has
53
changed.
years, hasn't it?
Yes, sir, it has. Yeah.
Yep. So one thing about President Trump that stands out to me, and I know there's mixed feeling. He's a very a polarizing guy, right? Yep. But Sean Hannity was interviewing him the other day, and Sean Hannity asked him, "What do you miss most about being president?" You want to know what he said? Something I've never heard anybody else say before.
What's that?
Helping people.
Yeah, all right. I guess that makes sense because he does seem like he has that karma to be that type of person.
He's one of those guys. He's a billionaire, yeah, and he's out of our league in a lot of ways, but he's down to earth as well, I think, you know. And whether it's President Trump or whether it's somebody else, I think we need to have more regular, everyday businessmen and women running for office and not politicians. We need people like you, me, whether we're rich, whether we're poor, whatever it is.
I also believe they need to clear out the Senate and the Senate all together and put some younger blood in there.
No, I do too. Yeah, people who actually care.
Some of these guys have been on there 50, 60 years and on the same seat, and that ain't right.
Well, that's like kings and queens, isn't it?
Exactly.
Some of these people have served longer than the kings and the queens of old because they didn't even live that long.
Right.
You know?
I mean, that's just, I'm sure a lot of people believe that way, but nobody gonna speak it.
So, one more question. What do you think it's going to take for this country to get do you think we'll ever get to be united as we were, say, around 2001 when the towers fell?
We need to go back to years ago, and even 20 or 30 years ago when the people actually had an opinion.
Yeah.
Instead of the president saying what's going to happen and not the people don't have no say-so.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
That's what it's going to take, but I don't ever see that happening in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I think the advancement of technology has led to a less of a necessity of capitalism as a means of survival, and that is the core of our problem.
That's actually a pretty smart statement, actually, right there. I do not disagree with you. I'm going to give you my card real quick here. And I run a show Monday through Friday called Live from America, and on the back there is where you can find it all in all different places. But really what I do is I come on, and I talk to people just like I'm talking to you right now. I do the show just like I'm talking right now. I'm definitely centered around the core values of this country and God and people and being united. And I think for so many years, our parents and grandparents said, don't talk about politics and religion, right? You remember that, right? People always said that. I think that's what got us here, being afraid to talk about the core values of this country, our politics and our religions. We should have a right to express those things because we all make decisions based on a lot of those things.
I'm also a firm believer in your sexuality. You ought to be able to be open with what you want to be or who you want to be with.
Yeah.
I'm a gay man.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care. I'll tell anybody.
Hey, well, you know what? Personal freedoms, right?
That's right.
And whatever your relationship is with you and the person you're with, or you with the faith that you have, should be your right to do so, right?
What I do in my time is my business.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Well, I agree with you 100% there, sir. Hey, God bless you, sir.
Bless you too.
Thank you very much for your time, you guys. You guys have a good rest of your Sunday afternoon, okay?
This a website, or you actually have an actual TV show?
So that's a website, but I'm also on all those things that you see on the back there as well. And I do stuff with Real America's Voice News, which is what's on the bus there as well.
Sound familiar? I've heard the voice before.
The voice is very, right? People are like, I've heard that voice before. I've heard that frog in your voice before. Well, God bless you guys. You guys have a great day, okay?
All right, you too.
Thank you for your time.
Not a problem.
Bye, Shadow. So see, folks, that's what we're out here doing. I don't care what anybody's religion or sexuality is. I don't. Do I want everybody on this planet saved? I do. Yes, 100%. I want everybody saved. I want everybody to know who Jesus is. But I'm not out here to push that on anybody. I'm not out here to push anybody's sexuality or the way they should live on anybody. I'm out here to get what people think, not to hear what I think, unless it has to do with states' rights and stuff like that. Then I do want people to hear what we say. She says that is news, talking to people and asking them real questions. That's exactly right. Betty says God is the judge. Exactly. I'm not the judge, and Betty's not the judge. God is judge, and that's what we all need to know. That's what we all need to remember. And let me answer some of your questions while I have you here. That's something I never actually get to do, is answer some of your questions. Have you all ran into any Antifa? Not yet. Not yet. Again, unless there's a tragedy to exploit, you're not going to see Antifa or BLM. Melanie says, love it. I hear you, Melanie. Anna says it's about having conversation. Can we get back to that? Can we just get back to that? A lot of people are asking where are we going next. Sherry says, anybody watching the movie Chosen? Hey, Chosen is awesome. You know what I love about The Chosen, that show, that series, is that it actually shows you the life of the disciples and what they went through in their walk to meeting Christ and to walking with Christ. Are you coming to Virginia? Yeah, so the idea here is to hit all mainland states. Of course, there's a major cost involved in all of that, so that determines when and where we go. And there's also things that are immediate that are happening, like what's going on in the border, that determines where we go. Also, obviously, the election and the fraud is a priority, and so that's going to determine. But I believe we're going to Pennsylvania after we do this. We're not going straight from McAllen to Pennsylvania. We're going to go home first. We're going to rest up, and then I think we're going to go back out, and I think Pennsylvania is next. It was supposed to be first, but then the schedule was changed. And again, I don't make that schedule. So, you know, it kind of is what it is. So we started in Atlanta and working our way to Texas. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to be in Victoria, Texas. Victoria, Texas. So somebody said, where in PA? Well, originally it was going to be over by Pittsburgh. I don't know. That might change to Philly or maybe even around Harrisburg, maybe somewhere. Just because when you're scheduling these things, you want to try to schedule your destination with politicians in that area so they can feel what we're feeling, because they're the ones that are out there making the change. I see Tennessee, Oregon, Michigan. Yeah, I do know that we have plans on hitting all those states for the rest of the year. Again, I just don't know really the next step, because Real America's Voice News, they're the ones that say, okay, we're going to go here next, and then we kind of figure it out from there. It's really just kind of a fly by the seat of our pants thing, and really it all comes down to the funds for the traveling, because it's, you know, it's expensive. It is what it is. How many states are you guys going to in total? I think we're going to do 48. I think we're going to do all 48 mainland states. Yeah. Let's see, Connecticut. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is when we come to New England, we're definitely coming to my home state, which is New Hampshire, and we'll probably do all New England states within like 3 days. Yes, we are going to go to California too. Yep. Is this your first time to the beach? No, I live in New Hampshire, so I don't live too far from the ocean. So it's not my first time to the beach, but it is my first time to this specific beach, yes. Arizona. Yeah, well, here's the thing about Arizona. We were kind of hoping, since we're already going to be over there by there now, that we could go this time. However, when they scheduled this compared to when Maricopa County said they were going to schedule the audit, I don't think it's going to work out that we go now. So we may end up going. I want to try to get back to Arizona before the audit is complete, but maybe at the completion of the audit, because you know that once we find out what we find out in Arizona, that the other states are going to fall. Is it true New Hampshire is trying to set up an audit? What'd that say? Is it true New Hampshire is trying to set up an audit to take place? Yes, they are. Yep, forensic audit in New Hampshire, and Windham first, Windham, New Hampshire. And then once we find out how much fraud was there, we're definitely going to be moving on to other towns and cities in New Hampshire as well. Come to Indiana, South Dakota. Hey, Ben. Oh, you're talking to somebody? Okay. So a lot of these people are out here with their families on the beach. And I don't really, it's easier to walk up to somebody at a store, at a truck stop or something. I don't know if I really want to walk up to a lot of these families who are out here and just say, hey, can I interview you? But I'll see if Ben did, and if Ben did, then I'll go out there and do the same. But Ben's on the phone right now. So I'll tell you something. I will tell you something. Going back to God, real quick. Let me. Sorry about this. Sorry about this phone thing. It's tilting a little bit. So when we were in Atlanta, there was this lady named Cassandra. Okay, and she was. She said, "Can I come with you guys on the bus?" Jan says, can I get prayers? Tested positive for COVID yesterday. Yes, Jan, you will definitely be in our prayers, 100%. Somebody said, is there a lot of masks? No, actually, everywhere we've been in and out of stores, truck stops, everywhere, diners, restaurants, nobody wears masks. Last night we were in, where was it? Hoover, Louisiana, I think it was. Or no, not Louisiana, Alabama. And yeah, everybody was, even the employees weren't wearing masks. So you can see it's starting to tumble down. It is starting to come down piece by piece, folks. It is. And Jan, yes, definitely will pray for you. But anyway, there was this lady named Cassandra, and she said, can I ride on the bus with you guys? And we're like, just like that? Like that's spontaneous? Don't you, work, have kids, anything like that? She said, no, I can go. And we're like, well, I guess we can see, but there's definitely, it's up to the driver at this point how many more people he wants on the bus. And so we ended up deciding to let her come. We had no idea who she was. I mean, I guess Ben knew who she was. Ben had met her a couple times at other rallies and stuff. And she says, we decided to let her come. And I'm going to tell you how the Lord answered my prayers. So my wife asked me, what are you going to do on this bus the whole time when you're not interviewing and stuff? What are you going to do? And I said, well, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to catch up on sleep, and I'm going to catch up on my relationship with God. So I don't feel like I've been giving him the ample time that I should lately. And she says, well, that's a good idea. So I said, I definitely want to make sure that I have conversation with God. I want to pray. I want to be close to God as I possibly can be on this trip. Little did I know that Cassandra, sorry folks. Little did I know that Cassandra was actually an ordained minister, and we've been having church on the bus all morning, and some of the things that she's told me are definitely some of the answers I was looking for. So again, a way God works in mysterious ways, folks, is how he puts people in your path that you don't know are going to be there or that you didn't expect to be there. It looks like something happened to Donna. Donna, I want to say I'm sorry for whatever loss that you experienced and what happened to you. I didn't catch what happened to you, so I apologize. But I want to say I'm sorry for whatever loss you experienced. But yeah, I had no idea that somebody was just going to jump on the bus. And then all night last night and all day today on the bus, we've been talking about the word, about the gospel. And it's been truly incredible. And she's given me answers that I needed, that I was searching for. She's given me those answers. It's been truly incredible. And I want to thank God, first and foremost, for allowing me to have such an amazing experience out here, and meeting people and talking to people, educating people. Like I said, most people that we've talked to had no idea how many rights they actually had. They had no clue how many rights the states had. And it's true, it's amazing. God is definitely on the bus with us. We definitely have that armor of God with us. I will continue try to do both shows starting tomorrow, live from America, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern time and 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. I'll be on the bus, so it will be a little bit different. But to answer you guys' questions again, yes, our plan for the rest of this year is to try to hit every single mainland state. And again, if God wants that to happen, then God will allow it to happen, and he will make the resources and the funds available, and the places to go, and the people available for us to talk to. So it's really what it comes down to. So we are headed to New Orleans after this, and then after that we're going to Victoria, Texas. So we'll be in Victoria, Texas tomorrow, mid-morning. If you are in or around Victoria, Texas, that's a drone. That is a freaking drone. Where is it? That is a friggin' drone. That's not a plane, folks. That's a drone. Look at that. What? Why is there a drone out here? That's odd. Holy moly, macaroni, huh? Drones flying around, probably to make sure people have their masks on. Who knows? So again, we will be in Victoria, Texas tomorrow. And I'll let you guys know where exactly and what time exactly, but apparently the GOP there wants to meet with us and talk with us. So on Saturday, excuse me, we were on every show on Real America's Voice from Steve Bannon's show on. And coming Monday, if you guys download the Real America's Voice app, or if you just go to www.americasvoice.news, that's the station that I watch every day, all day anyway, so it's great to be partnered with these guys. And Live from America, what a great partnership. I watch them because they speak like we do. They talk like we do with no fear of being censored. They just say what they talk about the election fraud and everything. And we're going to be back on Steve Bannon's War Room show tomorrow, I think in between 10 and 11. So if you can, have Steve Bannon's show on, whether it's the app or whether it's americasvoice.news, and you'll see us cut in on the bus, talking with people, talking with Bannon. And you know what's funny about that too, and I'm not even going to lie, Steve Bannon's show, I watched Steve for a long time, and his War Room show is literally my favorite show to watch. And to be on there with him yesterday and to make him laugh like we did, I don't know if you've seen it, but I got to roast Dr. Fauci. I got to troll Dr. Fauci right at the end. And I made Peter Navarro and Stephen Bannon laugh their butts off. And it was truly a fun day. And it was really a dream come true for me to be on with Bannon. So anyway, folks, I'll give you one last shot of the bus here. There we go. Real America's Voice, live from America. And I'm out here representing you guys as I always promised I would. And folks, I just want to tell you I love you. God bless you. We'll come live again here in a little bit as soon as we get to New Orleans. And we'll interview some more people, okay? Have a great rest of your day. God bless you. And go be with the Lord the rest of the day and your families. All right, see you later.